One of the things when I came to pluck up the courage to leave the NHS and work for the private sector, one of my concerns was what kind of equipment I'd be working on and what security I'd have for the rest of my career. And I can honestly say I probably should have done this sooner, because we have a wide range of both portable and static ultrasound equipment. It's high specification, it's good quality, it's flexible and it's adaptable to all our needs. It is quite a personal company, and the staff are supported on all levels, not just on the career point of view. So we do have the option to work flexibly in different locations. We recruit multi-modality staff to work for us and help provide our ultrasound service. So they range from mostly radiographers that have gone into ultrasound or have trained with us in ultrasound, but we also have doctors on our books as well as midwife sonographers. So it's a nice mix, and we pass on the clinical experience and knowledge through one another across the company. So it's quite nice to work in that kind of an environment. We're very lucky in that we've tried to instigate and make sure that all our AQP sites, so those are all the sites that we have out in community, have a healthcare assistant with them, and that role is there to support the sonographer and help with the smooth running of the list. Often we don't know whether patients might be incapacitated in any way when they arrive, need extra helping hands, and it's great to have this support on board whilst you're scanning. You're not completely isolated either in a community side, so it's lovely, and we end up building firm friendships with these colleagues. My role with Diagnostic Healthcare is primarily helping to run the ultrasound service, particularly with the training and the management side of that. But we also have other imaging modalities at Diagnostic Healthcare, and several of our staff have crossed those modalities, so they may actually be quite competent at MRI but also fancy training in ultrasound, so we've taken them on board to help. And this is great for their career advancement and progression, and it also gives them a lot of diversity in their role with Diagnostic Healthcare. We're very fortunate to have our own medical director at Diagnostic Healthcare. So essentially we've got a little pocket radiologist that we can use, that we refer to. So all our positive findings when we're out and about, we can refer on to him for a review. This often speeds up the management process for the patient, and it helps reassure the GPs that the advice we're offering in reports has come from a consultant radiologist. It saves them to have the patients having tests, repeated tests often in the NHS once they're referred in. So it does actually help with the patient care pathway. He's also very knowledgeable and quite well renowned in the obstetric field, so he's a great asset to our company, and I can't really speak highly enough about how useful it is to have that facility, and he's a really nice chap as well, which always makes life easier. Our Director of Clinical Services is Julie Burnage. She's also quite well renowned. She was one of the first in her field to, she was one of the first to set up direct access for ultrasound independently of NHS sites for the local GPs in the area in North Wales, and has progressed on from there. She's very approachable, she's a fun-loving person, and she's great fun to work with. Her role is to make sure that the governance side, the clinical governance side of ultrasound service is running smoothly. She's great at networking and at building up links for future business, and she's a great support for me in my role as head of ultrasound. We've already got a good foothold in the UK, ranging from London up to the Cumbria, and we're building on our sites continually. So we're getting busier and busier, and are always willing to take on board new staff who want to try a different way to perform their passion for ultrasound, which is how I ended up leaving the NHS. No 2 days are ever the same, so it is interesting, it's fun, but it's also hard work, I could expect, but I do enjoy the role I've got, and I think most of the sonographers will find that they like the diversity of turning up to different clinical sites, different rooms, different equipment. Maybe one day they're performing obstetrics in a clinic, and the next day they may be in an NHS site performing another different type of modality. So we have a lot on board to offer. like Diagnostic Healthcare currently has over 60 sonographers working for us, and they are core members of the team. They're not just sonographers that turn up for the odd session now and again, because we're not an agency. We're a quality diagnostic imaging service, and it's important to understand the difference. So we're there to support the sonographers both personally and professionally. We do have a pension scheme, a reputable pension scheme with the company, and I'd like to think that we have a personal approach to sonographers, and if they have problems, we're there to help them in their working day. We're flexible, we can offer different working times, localities, so we have got a lot that we can offer that other possible agencies may not have to offer. But we've got a definite footprint here in the northwest, also down in Essex, and the Midlands. So we have got 3 main key areas where we do have a lot of turnover and a lot of productivity going on, and those sites are developing further, and we're taking on board staff all the time. Talking crap. I think so. It feels like it. Right, okay. Anything?